JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, gun seized in York District, Westmoreland. The Westmoreland police are reporting that they seized a .38 Colt revolver in York District yesterday. According to the police, a team of officers were on enforcement duties in the community when they reportedly saw a group of men fleeing and made checks in the area. The illegal weapon was found in bushes. No arrests were made in connection with the seizure. Investigation continues. Deportee slapped with wounding charges. A 40-year-old electrician, Floyd Smith, from Lilliput, St. James, has been charged with wounding with intent following an incident in Lilliput in the parish on Saturday, July 18, 2020. The Mount Salem police are reporting that on the aforementioned date, the now complainant was playing dominoes when he was approached by Smith, who supposedly opened gunfire, hitting him several times. The now complainant was taken to hospital where he was admitted for treatment. Smith managed to abandon the scene and later fled the country. Smith was deported to Jamaica on Thursday, November 17, following investigations and collaboration between United States law enforcement and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF. He was charged following an interview. His court date is being finalized. Female bartender stabbed to death by shop operator in Ocho Rios. A man is to be questioned by the police in relation to the fatal stabbing of a female bartender in Ocho Rios, St. Ann, over the weekend. The deceased has been identified as Tanisha James of Bamboo Walk in Retreat, St. Mary. She's said to be in her 30s. Reports are that on Saturday, December 5 at about 9 a.m., James was involved in an argument with a mail shop operator in the vicinity of the Ocho Rios market. The dispute escalated to the point where the man reportedly used a sharp instrument to stab James. He then fled the scene. The wounded woman was assisted to the hospital where she died. James's attacker was later taken into custody by the Ocho Rios police, who are investigating the incident. Iron Man charged with chopping man with machete. The St. Elizabeth police have arrested and charged 30-year-old Jermaine Atkins, otherwise called Iron Man, after he allegedly used the machete to chop a man. Atkins was charged with wounding with intent. Police reports are that the complainant was on his way home when Atkins reportedly used the machete to inflict wounds to his head, face, and upper body. The incident occurred on Saturday, May 16, around 6 p.m. The police said the complainant was taken to hospital where he was admitted and treated. Atkins was arrested yesterday and a warrant executed. The police said he is to appear before the Santa Cruz Parish Court. 3 charged for murder of Manchester businesswoman granted bail. Parish Court Judge John Thyme today granted bail to the 3 accused in the murder and conspiracy to murder of prominent Mandeville businesswoman Marcia Chinyu of Ingleside. The 3, 2 men and a woman, were facing the court for the second time since their arrest some 2 days after Chinyu, 63, was found by neighbors with stab wounds on the night of November 26 in her VW Jetta motor car. The car was parked in the driveway of her home in the upscale Ingleside Mandeville suburb. She was pronounced dead at hospital. The accused are all of Mandeville addresses. They are Shaquille Perkins, 24, carpenter of Woodland Crescent, Dwayne Brown, 36, a security firm manager, and his 34-year-old girlfriend, Zoe Forrest, businesswoman, both of Oakland Drive. They are to return to court on March 3 next year. Bail was granted on the application of attorney-at-law Marcus Greenwood, who represented the 3 defendants. Time said he would grant the bail application, despite submissions from the prosecution that the accused persons posed a flight risk. The 2 men, Perkins and Brown, were offered bail in the sum of $800,000 each, while Forrest's bond was $500,000. Bail conditions include a travel stop order on each, and they're reporting to the Mandeville police station twice weekly. Their fingerprints were also ordered taken. $26 billion power grab. Electricity thieves plunder JPS. Despite aggressive disconnection drives and a vigorous campaign to leverage more suasion, Jamaica's electricity distributor has revealed that power theft for all of 2019 was billed at US $178 million. That amounts to 26 billion Jamaican dollars at today's rate. The disclosure was made in response to queries on Monday, after the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, said that more than 90% of households in Riverton City, a largely poor community in the St. Andrew Western constituency, stole power. Riverton alone draws about US $2.2 million illegally per year, with the abstraction bill for 2020 put at US $2.04 million as at the end of November. JPS blamed electricity thieves for several outages in the community, with only 160 legal customers among more than 1,000 households. The company has also noted with alarm that the consumption pattern of non-paying users is at excessive levels, over 600 kilowatt hours per day, more than 100 times the average paying customer, JPS said in a media statement early yesterday. Riverton represents just over 1% of JPS's massive power theft. JPS said that it had sought to extend its liaison initiative with residents to encourage compliance, but those efforts appeared to have been foundered. The company said it was in direct discussions with Member of Parliament Anthony Hilton. The light and power supplier has extended the olive branch to urban communities with high rates of electricity theft, winning the war of attrition in areas such as Majestic Gardens, where its formal customer base moved from fewer than 11 customers to more than 700 in 4 years. But Riverton City, where the country's largest dump is located, has proven to have nagging resistance to JPS's attempts to pull the plug on power thieves, despite at least 5 major disconnection drives in 2020 and approximately 4,500 throw-ups removed. The toll of electricity lost nationally has been estimated at US $160 million up to the end of November this year, JPS said late Monday. The consequences for legal customers have been heavy, with frequent disruptions, making routine tasks and ways of life a torment. Riverton Meadows resident Paul Morgan has said he's tired of having to store all of his meat in his sister-in-law's freezer in Pembroke Hall, St. Andrew, because of frequent disconnections by the JPS. But Morgan is perturbed that even when he pays his monthly bill on time, he has had to suffer as a victim of collateral damage in the clampdowns by the company. His bill is around $10,000 monthly. If me a pay and the next man not pay, me no response to the next man. Me a pay my own. Me supposed to have light, because when light bill come, you have to pay it, he said. You have people who borrow the light, yes. Me not go say nobody not borrow the light. Time gone by, when JPS come in, people have to run and take down wire. Morgan claimed that while some residents have regularized their service, others were haunted by backlogs. Rosalind Smith said too that the good have been suffering for the bad. Her son, who is visiting from overseas, has had to leave the community because of his frustration with the lack of electricity. Majority of the people upon the stretch have straight light. I just want to maybe a bridge, Smith said. The people them with them see a bridge, me not really know, because me unless they work. 87 new COVID-19 cases. Jamaica has recorded 87 new cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours, bringing the overall number of cases to 11,271. The death toll remains at 265, according to the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Of the 87 newly reported cases, there were 38 males and 48 females with ages ranging from 2 to 89 years. The gender of one of the cases is still under investigation. 14 cases were recorded in Westmoreland and St. Anne. St. Thomas recorded 13, while 8 cases were recorded in St. Catherine and Trelawney, 6 each in Hanover and Manchester. Clarendon, Kingston, and St. Andrew and St. Mary each recorded 4 cases, and Portland 5. There were also 146 new recoveries, bringing the total to 7,292. Jamaica failing to put away high-profile criminals remains a major concern for the U.S. Jamaica's perceived failure to successfully prosecute high-profile criminals and other lords of corruption remains a major concern for Washington. Deputy Chief of Mission at the United States Embassy, John McIntyre, has said. America has long been critical of Jamaican governments for not tagging criminals on well-known actors, including those with political cover. You can arrest folks, but if they do not go to jail, it does not really do as much. So that is a huge focus for us now, because we have given a lot of assistance in policing, and will continue to do that. But in terms of prosecutions, that is exactly what we are focusing on now, the U.S. official told reporters during a press briefing at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston on Monday. In its International Narcotics Control Strategy report released in March this year, the U.S. authorities said that Jamaican law enforcement, prosecutors, and the judiciary lacked sufficient resources and training to investigate and prosecute financial crimes efficiently and effectively. Some of Jamaica's most feared gangsters, such as Tivoli Gardens Don Christopher Coke, have only faced the long arm of the law through extradition, invoking criticisms that the country has often delegated tough prosecutorial action to Washington. Prosecutors have teamed up with the police force to send away some criminal players, such as Chance Wilson last week, through the anti-gang legislation, but there's lingering impatience that crippling blows have not been dealt to transnational figures. Monday's press briefing came on the heels of a December 3 Jamaica strategic dialogue in which United States Undersecretary for Political Affairs David Hale and Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith engaged in bilateral talks. A Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) was signed between the U.S. Trade and Development Agency (USTDA) and the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. With the signing of the MOU, Jamaica became the 12th country to join the USTDA's Global Procurement Initiative. Meanwhile, Yvonne McCullough-Sobers, human rights advocate, has argued that it appears that people engaged in core practices locally are acting with impunity, not fearing repercussions from the Integrity Commission or any other body established to tackle corruption. Corruption has almost become something that is part of the landscape, where everybody does it, she said on Monday. Asked to comment on the fight against corruption in Jamaica, McCullough-Sobers said that even as new allegations emerged, it is like a 9-day wonder where people chat, and then there is nothing. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.